is up, guys? Welcome back to my channel. So for today's video, we're going to be doing an affordable soft glam makeup look. We're going to be getting into this makeup here and diving into some of my favorite affordable products that I like to use. But first, I want to give a shout out to NYX Professional Makeup for sponsoring this video. They were super kind and sent over their micro brow pencil for me to show you guys. I've definitely used this brow pencil before, and it's definitely one of my favorite dupes to higher end luxury brands. It's got a super fine point and a spoolie at the end, so it works really well to create that faux, brow hair type of look. You guys know that I love a fluffy brow, so it works really great for my fluffy brow technique. So yeah, we're gonna be getting into a lot of my favorite affordable products that I like to use, and I'm definitely going to be giving you guys more info on this little brow pencil, as well as kind of diving deeper into my approach when I'm doing my fluffy brow. So yeah, if you guys want to see my favorite affordable products and kind of get a little bit more in depth on how I approach my brows, my fluffy brow and everything, then just go ahead and keep on watching. All right guys, so I already have one eye done and I'm obsessed. I'm I'm obsessed the way that this eye look came out. This is definitely out of my comfort zone in terms of color story and everything, but I'm totally obsessed with how this eye came out. It's soft glam, but it's in the cool tone family. But yeah, okay, so we're gonna get into this look. I'm gonna go ahead and start off by moisturizing my lips because my lips are dry. So I'm gonna go in with the Milani Fruit Fresh lip balm just to moisturize. Well, actually, they came out with a new lip balm flavor. This is in pumpkin spice, so I'm gonna use that one instead. So I'm just gonna add this to the lips just to keep them moisturized as I'm doing my eye makeup and everything. Make sure you're working with clean hands, clean sanitized hands. So we are doing a really soft eye look today because I want the focus to kind of be on the brows, as I mentioned earlier. So I'm gonna use the NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop Won't Stop concealer, and this one is in shade 12.7 Neutral Tan. So I'm gonna take a little bit of that onto the back of my hand and just use this to carve underneath the brow first. And I'm also going to take that concealer onto the outer portion of the lid, so over in this general area. So when I do take my eyeshadow onto that outer portion, there's something, there for the eyeshadow to stick to. Once I have that concealer on, I'll go in with my primer. So the primer that I'm using is from Be Perfect Cosmetics. This is my favorite primer at the moment, so I'm not gonna use anything else. When I like a primer, but especially when it comes to eyes, I just kind of stick with it. So I'm just gonna add this onto the eyelid, and then I'll take that same fluffy brush that I used to apply the concealer and use that to blend that primer into the concealer. So I'm gonna be using the Ultimate Utopia palette for today's eye look, and I am loving the tones in this palette. There are a lot of neutral tones, but I feel it's a really good mix of warm tones and cool tones as well. But the first color that I'm gonna jump into is this guy right over here. This one is shade number 30. So I'm gonna go in with that one first and apply that onto the outer corner and kind of drag it into the crease. I'm gonna go in with the shade here, number 12. Well, this one right here. And we're gonna apply that onto the crease as well and use that to blend out the outer edges of that dark gray that we just applied. So I'm then gonna go in with my lid shades. I'm gonna use the shade number 15 first, right over here. Oh, this color is so pretty. This is a color that I probably wouldn't gravitate towards. I've definitely used gray before in the past, but not with this kind of color story behind it. It's usually with other grays. I love this eyeshadow. I think it's so cute. I'm just gonna press that into the lid and very gently blend that into our outer corner colors over here. Next up, I'm going in with shade number 4, so this guy right over here, and I'm gonna apply that onto the inner portion of the lid, and I'm gonna kind of blend it into that gray that we applied onto the lid. And going back in with that gray, number 15, and just going over the edges to get a better blend. I always like to go back and forth between shadows when I'm doing eye looks, just to really make sure everything is blended. Alrighty, looking good, looking good. So next color that I'm gonna go into is number 7. So it's this super, super cute, like periwinkle. It's a pastel shade, so it's not showing up, you know, like exactly how it looks in real life on camera. Like on camera, it looks really like pale and everything like that. And although it is a pastel, it definitely has like more like color to it. I just kind of want a pop of this on the very, very center. So I'm just gonna take that shade and really press it into the center of the lid there. And it's just gonna give it a pop of like that extra bit of brightness. I'm then gonna go in with some liner. I kind of wanna do like a slightly, like smoke out the lash line, just like ever so slightly. So I'm gonna go in with the Revlon So Fierce Final Eyeliner. And this one is in shade Force of Steel. I'm just gonna more so focus that on the outer corner over here. To set that, I'm also gonna go back in with that shade. What was that shade again? Number 30. So our darkest color right here, that dark gray, I'm gonna go back in with that color and use that to set that liner that we applied. Then once I'm done taking it over the liner, I'm gonna very, very slightly just kind of drag it over the edge to give it a softer look. So that pretty much is it for like eyeshadow and everything like that. Super easy, you know, a really cute like soft glam, like cool tone look. So I'm then gonna go into mascara. I'm just gonna use the L'Oreal Unlimited mascara. This is one of my favorite like affordable mascaras to use. It just makes the lashes like super thick and voluminous. And then for lashes, I'm gonna go in with some CrvstalLashes. These are in the style Wicked. This is my first time wearing these lashes and I'm in love. It's so funny because every time I feel like I have found like my favorite pair of like CrvstalLashes, I try another pair that I've never used before and that automatically becomes like my favorite one. I'm gonna go ahead and work on skin right now. I'm gonna start off priming. Oh, you know what I'm gonna do? You know what I'm gonna do? No, I'm not gonna do that, never mind. I'm gonna start off priming using the Revlon Prime Plus Perfecting and Smoothing Primer. Right in here is where I have like, you know, large pores and everything. So I like to really focus like that primer like right in there to really smooth that out. And then I'll bring it onto the nose and just kind of like add it everywhere else. Boop, 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 boop. So I'm then gonna move on to foundation. If you've been watching my videos for the last, like, I wanna say like month or two, you know how much I've been loving the NYX Cosmetics Can't Stop, Won't Stop foundation. I have been in love with this foundation. It's been like bae for a little bit. Like we've been, you know, we've been vibing and everything. So yeah, I've been really liking this foundation. Right now I'm in shade Nutmeg, so I'm gonna use that shade today. Yeah, this foundation has been working really, really well for me, especially when primed correctly. When you have like a really great primer underneath this, it like lasts for a really, really, really long time. One of the reasons why I started using it is because I was trying to, you know, switch up my foundation routine to better suit, you know, wearing masks and everything. So I decided to try this one out and so far it's been working really, really well. Like when primed correctly, it definitely does like a really good job, you know, lasting throughout the day while I'm wearing a mask. Do you see the smoothness? Do you see it? Because I see it. Do you see it though? Let me stop. I'm going to use the Can't Stop, Won't Stop concealer also from NYX Cosmetics. I'm going to use a mixture of 2 shades. These are shades 12.7 and 11. 12.7 is the same shade that I use to carve underneath my brow. I'm going to go in with this one first. I'm going to start off with the under eye and just kind of take it on the side right over here. I'm also gonna take this onto the sides of the nose right over here. I remember when I used to hate highlighting my forehead, but honestly, it just kind of, brings everything together. For the under eyes, I like to start on the edges first. So I'll go like right over here and blend out the edges first and just kind of leave the inner part of the under eye for last. Ooh, baby. This concealer is doing it for me. Okay, so I've got 12.7 on. I'm gonna go in with number 11. And like I said, this one is much lighter than my last concealer, so I'm not gonna use too much of it. I'm just gonna go on the inner portion of that under eye there to really like snatch up the sides of the nose. And I'm just using that same brush to blend everything out. And again, I'm starting with the edges first. So I'm going like down below where I applied the concealer, and then I'll blend like the inner part. And then now that the edges are blended, I'm gonna take a slightly smaller brush and I'm gonna tap that right in to start blending out the inner part. This is one of the reasons why I like to use brushes too, because it's just so much easier to get into those really, really, tight corners and blend everything out. And now I want to set everything with powder. I haven't used this in such a long time. This is the Coty Airspun powder, but from what I remember, this powder is like, it's amazing. So we're gonna go ahead and use that today. Ooh, that looks good. Okay. Okay. Oh yeah, that looks good. Yeah. She cute, she cute. So to contour my nose, I'm gonna go in with an eyeshadow. This is also from the Utopia palette. I'm just gonna use a little bit of that eyeshadow onto the sides of the nose here. I'm not gonna use a lot. It's just gonna create like a slight shadow there. So that way when I go in to bake and everything, like that contrast is there. And I'm not like pressing hard either. I'm literally just like grazing the surface of the skin, like very, very lightly. Now I'm gonna go ahead and bake. For this, I'm gonna use a sponge. So I'm just gonna go in with the J-Cat Luxe Pro Powder. This one is in the shade Banana. I do wanna snatch that nose up just a little bit more. I messed up. No. I'm just gonna let that bake for a second, and while that's baking, I'm gonna go ahead and start doing my brows. I really wanted to get into these brows today because NYX Cosmetics, again, is sponsoring this video, and they sent over these micro brow pencils for me to show you guys. I've actually used this brow pencil before, and I really, really like it. If you guys have been following me for the last like few months, then you know how much I've been really loving like the fluffy brow look. I actually purposely stopped grooming my brows so that way I can continue like my fluffy brow obsession. And one of the products that I like to use to create like a fluffy brow is a pencil. Like I like to use really thin, fine pencils. So I feel like this is a great opportunity for me to show you guys that you can still get like the fluffy brow look using a more affordable option for your brow pencil. So I'm gonna go in with the NYX Cosmetics Micro Brow Pencil. This is the pencil right here. It's very, 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 very thin. So thin that the camera doesn't even want to pick it up. I have to do this like hand thing. It comes with a spoolie on one end, and there is the pencil on the other end. Let me go ahead and twist it up for you guys. You can see this pencil is super, super, super thin. If you're looking for, a great brow pencil that is, a little bit more on the affordable side, this is a great dupe for like those high-end pencils that are on the thin side as well. So I'm gonna go in with the shade Espresso. I'm first gonna use the spoolie on this pencil to brush up my brow hairs. I always like to do that before I go in with my brow pencil, just to kind of get the hairs going in the direction that I want them to go. So pretty much what I'll do is I'll start kind of like at the base of the brow, like right over here, and then I'll just kind of like flick the pencil in like outward to create like that brow hair effect. I'll just do that all throughout the brow, and kind of focus on those areas too that are a little bit more on the sparse side. So for me, my brows are a little bit more sparse, like right in here. So I'll go in with a few more flicks and like kind of towards the base of the brow. This is one of the reasons why I love using a brow pencil for this like brow look, because it's literally like the easiest way to get like that fluffy brow look. I used to use like pomades and stuff like that, but I'm telling you guys, like just try these little thin pencils and you'll be amazed. You can honestly just keep filling the brows in or creating those faux brow hairs until you feel like, you know, you have like your desired shape or, you know, fullness and everything. I like my brows to look, you know, nice and fluffy and full. So I really go in with this brow pencil and create quite a few like brow hairs throughout the brow. But yeah, that's pretty much like it, guys. That's pretty much all I do for like my brows. It's more so just about kind of gauging like, you know, how filled in you want like certain areas. Like, again, I really just kind of focus on the areas that are a little bit more on the sparse side and try to make everything more even. The areas that were kind of empty and not as full, they're now like kind of consistent. You can kind of see how, you know, on this brow, it's a little bit like thinner right over here. You have some fullness going on over here. That's why it's like a little bit darker, like right in there. There's like some darkness. That's because there's like a lot more hair there. Versus like on this brow, everything is more, it's like a really nice like gradient effect. Hopefully that makes sense. So now that you guys have seen this brow, I'm just gonna go ahead and fill in the other one. Next thing I'll do is go in with some brow gel. So for brow gel today, I'm using the NYX Cosmetics Control Freak Eyebrow Gel. It just works really great to like hold the brow hairs in place. So I like to just kind of brush that through the brow hairs. This is definitely one of my favorite, like more affordable options for eyebrow gels. It really just keeps the brow hairs in place. I know like fluffy brows isn't like everyone's cup of tea, but you can definitely use that brow pencil too for a sculpted brow look. So whether you're someone that likes like a perfected, like sculpted brow, or you're like me and you like more of a fluffier brow, these little pencils that definitely come in handy. And this is one of the reasons why I love this little brow routine. It literally takes like no time at all. I went from having like maybe a 15-20 minute brow routine to like, you know, 5 minutes. So now that I'm done with that, I'm gonna go ahead and dust away this bake here. I'm gonna go ahead and finish up the eyes. I just have to do the lower lash line here. I'm not gonna do anything too crazy, honestly. I'm pretty much just gonna go in with like my basic, you know, products that I like to use for my lower lash line, because you guys know I like to use a nude pencil for the lash line. Well, not nude, beige. So I'm going to use the BH Cosmetics Power Pencil in the shade beige. I love, 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 love using a beige pencil on the waterline. I don't know what it is, sis, but beige on the waterline, if you haven't tried it before, you need to go ahead and just give it a try one day, because the way it just like opens up the eyes is really insane. I feel like I'm always trying to make like cute faces when I'm doing my makeup, and it's literally impossible. I look like a fool. Like every time I try to make like cute faces or try to keep my face like normal while I'm doing my makeup, I just end up looking even crazier. It just looks so cute. So next up, I'm gonna go in with my eyeshadow colors for my lower lash line. Man, what do I want to use? That's the real question. I could go with like those crease colors, like those outer corner colors right there, or we can do something different and like switch it up. I don't know. Dang, I wish you guys were in this room right here with me so you could tell me what to do. Okay. I know what I'm gonna do. Okay, so I'm gonna go back in with this periwinkle color right here. But with this color, I'm going to, where's my mirror? I'm going to put this on the inner portion, like right in here. I'm not gonna take this all the way across. I'm just gonna keep it right there. Like right on like the inner, I wanna say like third or even like half part of the lower lash line. Because I just wanted to add that periwinkle shade, you know, onto the lash line because it's just so cute. It really is. It's just a cute color. So I just wanted to kind of add that pop of like pastel onto the lash line too, because I'm obsessed. And just kind of keeps everything nice and bright in that general area. And then I'll go in with like those colors that I use on the outer corner. Go back in with mascara. I'm just using that same L'Oreal Unlimited mascara, and I'm just gonna touch the lower lashes now. And then to complete, well, not complete, I still have to add my inner corner highlight, but to complete the lower lash line, I'm gonna go in with my Ardell Double Up individual lashes. You guys know I like to add these little individual lashes onto the lower lash line. So I'm just gonna add one. I add one like onto the very, very outer corner, so like right over here. And then for the second one, I'll just bring that one in a little bit further in. So right over here. For me personally, I just feel like it kind of just like balances the top lashes. You've got this super duper long fluffy lash going on at the top, and you know me, I got like little itty bitty lashes on the bottom. Like sometimes it can just kind of look, you know, a little crazy. So I feel like this just kind of balances everything out. That's pretty much it with the eyes for lashes. I'm just gonna go ahead and add my little inner corner highlight. So I'm gonna go back in with the NYX Cosmetics Ultimate Utopia palette, and I'm gonna go in with this shade right here. This one has more of like a kind of like a pinky type of undertone. Just taking that shadow and popping that into the inner corner here, just to keep that space nice and bright. I need bronzer like bad. Oh, okay. So for bronzer, I'm gonna go in with the Black Radiance True Complexion Contour Palette in medium to dark. The mixture of the two contouring and sculpting shades here. And I'm just gonna place that onto the cheeks right over here, bring some color back into the skin. I can't believe I've almost forgot to bronze and put on blush. Way too into the eyes, way too into it. This is one of my favorite contouring palettes. Like if you've been watching me for a while, you've definitely seen this palette before, like this Black Radiance palette. You've seen me use this before. This palette is amazing. It's definitely like one of my favorite like face palettes. The contouring shades are just super pigmented. For me, it's like tap tap, and that's like, even that's too much. That's why I have like a paper towel in front of me, so that way I can go ahead and like, you know, get all the extra off. Brings like that perfect amount of warmth. I'm gonna go in with a mixture of the NYX Cosmetics Sweet Cheeks Matte Blushes. I'm using Daydream and Bang Bang. So this one's Bang Bang and this one's Daydream. I don't know why I'm like so hyped right now, but yeah, I'm just gonna mix them together, honestly. So I'm just gonna dip my brush into both and just apply that onto the cheeks because I'm super indecisive and I can't choose which one that I want to use. So, you know, why not use both? You guys already know how much I love blush. I don't gotta tell you. But you know, okay, blush is like one of those things that I feel like, you know, you can give yourself a pass with when you like if you go overboard with it, because I feel like everybody knows by now like blush is like a magician, you know, like she's here 1 second and then she's gone the next second. It's one of the first things to go, you know, so I feel like you can definitely go a little heavier with it because by the time like you're done with like your makeup you know, 30 minutes has gone by and it's like you haven't even applied it at all. And so when I'm applying blush, I just like to make sure that I take it into the bronzer. Like I want everything to be like, you know, seamlessly blending together. And if I need to, or if like, you know, an edge gets a little too harsh, that same brush that I use to set my under eyes, I'll go in with that and just go over like the edge. So blush is on. I'm gonna go ahead and add my highlighter. I am going to use the Black Radiance True Complexion and Luminous Glow palette to highlight today. This is a product that just got sent to me, so I'm not really sure like what the name of this is. I can't really find it here, but it's like this little like highlighter like trio. I'm gonna probably use this shade right here and this shade, like maybe mix the two together to highlight my nose. So I'm just gonna dip into both shades and add that to the nose right over here. I'm just using a little bit at a time with this because I'm still pretty new to this product, so I don't want to go like too crazy with it and then like, you know, I have like a flash of light on my nose. I think for lips today, I'm gonna go in with my, you know, my usual. Guys, this is the whole name for this lip liner. Watch this. Slide on, glide on, stay on, and definitely a turn on, waterproof, extreme color lip liner. Oh, wait, there's a note underneath. That ain't it. This lip liner is so good. The name had to be this long. Oh my gosh, that is crazy. This lip liner is really, really good. Like, they're not lying when they said that this is a good lip liner. I'm using the shade Intimidate. I actually use this all the time. Like if you've been watching my videos, then you have definitely seen me use this all the freaking time. So I'm gonna go ahead and line first with that. Dang it, I think I forgot to bring my pencil sharpener. Oh no, Snapple. Let me see if I can find one. You always wanna make sure that your lip pencils are super sharp before you apply them. It just gives you like the best application. And then like to go in with a second lip liner that's a lot darker than my first one to create like that really like nice like contoured like full lip look. The next one that I'm using is from JCat Beauty. This is their Holy Addiction lip liner in the shade Espresso. Mine's is kind of short because, you know, I love these lip liners a lot. So I'm literally creating like the thinnest line right above like that lip liner that I applied before. And then to fill in my lips, I'm gonna use a new, like this is so new, like I haven't even taken off the plastic off of it. I'm gonna use the NYX Cosmetics Lingerie liquid lipstick, and this one is in the shade Cashmere Silk. And I have another color next to me just in case I wanna go a little bit lighter than this shade, but I've been really liking like these more kind of like mauvey tones because they're really close to like the color of my actual lips. It's a little bit more like cool tones than I kind of want, so I might go in with a warmer gloss just to kind of bring some, you know, because we've got cool tone eyes, cool tone cheeks. I feel like we should, you know, make the lips a little bit warmer. But before I do that, I'm just gonna blend out the edges of that liquid lipstick. So I'm gonna use the Milani Keep It Full Nourishing Lip Plumper Gloss, and this one is in Tropical Sunshine. It has a much, much peachier tone to it, which is exactly the reason why I picked it up. And then to finish up the look, I'm gonna use the Milani Fruit Fresh Make It Last scented setting spray, and this one is in the scent Kiwi Watermelon. Alright guys, that is the finished look. I am loving, loving, loving the way that this look came together. Hopefully you guys were able to find some dupes to some of your high-end luxury favorites. Highly recommend that you guys check out the NYX Cosmetics Micro Brow Pencil. They come in a really great variety of shades, and it's definitely a dupe for a lot of like high-end pencils. But yeah, I definitely recommend that you guys check it out. Let me know what you guys think about it. If you've tried the pencil before, let me know your thoughts down below in the comments. But yeah, that's pretty much it for this video, guys. I really hope you enjoyed. I I love the way this makeup look came out. I know it's another soft glam look and we're probably tired of soft glam, but you know, look, I'm never tired of soft glam, okay? Anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this tutorial. Definitely let me know what you guys think down below in the comments. Don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you want to see more, and click that little notification bell if you want to get a notification anytime that I upload. That's pretty much it, guys. I love you, and hopefully I will see you in the next video.